I'm Nick Smith, licensed physical therapist and strength and conditioning coach, and today I want to show you guys a movement to help with injury reduction for groin strains. So there's a particular movement called the Copenhagen Adduction, and a study was performed in 2018 that if this exercise is performed simply one time a week for 15 repetitions, it would reduce groin pain by 41%. So this is an automatic staple that needs to be included in your program. Now, the great part about this Copenhagen Adduction exercise is you can literally do it anywhere. Now, we do have this nice piece of equipment that you would normally do a traditional box squat with, but this could be replaced simply with a folding chair. It could be used with your couch. The other thing that's great about this exercise is if you can't do the traditional version, there are regressions and progressions to this that allow you to challenge yourself, and we can add other aspects into promoting injury reduction. So the starting position that you're going to get into is the reason why you need an elevated surface is this is going to be your fulcrum. So the longer the lever arm is between my foot and my hip, the greater amount of demand that's required of the groin muscles or your adductors. So we're going to start the edge of our foot, or you can use the inside of our ankle bone as the landmark. And that's where we're going to set up. The other arm is going to be propped up here like in a side plank position. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my bottom hip off the floor to get into a plank. Once I'm here, I'm simply going to bring my bottom foot up to the top. Now this can be done as a hold, or it can be done as repetitions. What we're looking for is control. Even though the study says do 15 repetitions, if you're not able to do them with good form, what's the point? Do them with quality form, work up to that number of 15 repetitions, and then you can load it further. Now, if that particular variation is not able to be done, let's say we need to work up to that, we can change how easy the exercise is by simply shortening the lever arm. And fortunately for us, since some of the adductors are one joint, we don't need to go into a fully straightened knee. We can actually go into a shortened knee. So instead of using the inside of our ankle as our fulcrum, we're going to use the inside of our knee here. The rest of the leg is now supported, and we can simply come up like so. This is far easier to do. There's less demand here on the abdominals. There's less demand here on the groin here. So there's a very easy option. Now, if for some reason you don't have clearance, say you're using a couch, what you can also do here is make yourself nice and flush with the front of the couch, making sure that you clear it and you can get the same effect. So now that we've seen the original movement, we have a regression. I want to show you guys something a little more spicy, a little harder version of it. So we're going to go back to the original position to start with as far as our long lever fulcrum. Instead of just bringing it straight up, what I want you to think about doing is we're going to focus on bringing it up here. Now, this is going to create a little bit more demand on our abdominals. The goal here is, can you get to this position without any compensatory rotation through our trunk or spine? Can we maintain that while the leg is actually moving itself? So once we get into this position, the whole point of movement is how can we push ourselves to a point to create more resilience in the system while still complying with the rules of quality of motion. So for any movement, whether it's a basic squat, you think about your fundamental technique, there's always something you can do to modify it. If you are having pain, don't avoid it entirely. Find a variation that you can do that you can perform successfully so that you can bring yourself back to that technique that you're originally trying to perform. With any movement that's out here, there's always some way to make it easier, and there's always some way to make it harder. And that's where the finesse comes. So I hope you guys learned a little bit today about the Copenhagen Adduction and how you should definitely add this to your exercise routine and definitely make your lifts and all your exercises a lot stronger, all while, making sure it keeps you healthy.